Ascension Health Services addressing hospital cuts at a Milwaukee Common Council meeting. They announced that they're eliminating what's called a cath lab at St. Joseph's Hospital at 50th and Chambers. A cath lab is vital to people who are dealing with heart attacks and cardiac arrest. 12 News' Duke Carter explains how the closure will impact more than 100,000 people in Milwaukee.
There's a shortage of nurses, there's a shortage of physicians, there's a shortage of pipeline of a number of healthcare workers. So you do it in that relationship, understanding what's the best distribution and access.
Ascension Health Services President Daniel Jackson explaining to Milwaukee's Common Council why they're closing a catheterization or cath lab at St. Joseph Hospital. A cath lab is where people get medical assistance when dealing with heart attacks or cardiac arrest.
Every 30 minutes delay in cath lab access, a 7.5% increase in mortality is what happens.
Milwaukee's Assistant Fire Chief David Hensley also at the meeting, warning of a potential fallout. Milwaukee fire officials say 100,000 people are impacted from St. Joseph's cath lab closing. Out of the 100,000, they say 74,000 people impacted are African American.
I just want to clarify something, that we did have a meeting with them earlier this week. There were no solutions that were come up with during that time. I just don't want to misrepresent that solutions were brought to the table and that we came up with solutions that were going to help.
Milwaukee fire officials also say with St. Joseph's cath lab closing, people could see their drive time increase by 8 minutes. The nearest hospital with cath lab services would be St. Mary's or Frederick.
Are those numbers a little bit far stretched that was thrown out? The 100K, 74K, is that a little bit out of range or is that on par?
I don't know their numbers or the source of their numbers, so that's why I won't comment on it.
Can you mention what the plan of care is, like a brief synopsis of it?
Not today.
Okay.
I'm not a clinician, right? And so I don't want to misrepresent clinical care.
And if Ascension makes more changes, city leaders demanded stronger communication between the healthcare provider and the public in the future.
My recommendation to you would be to talk to your team about any other commitments that may have been made at that time too, because I do know that at that time there were several community meetings as well.
Reporting in Milwaukee, Duke Carter, WISN 12 News.
Milwaukee Fire also laid out that with St. Joe's Cath Lab, 95% of Milwaukee's residents would be within a 15-minute drive of one. Without it, only 78%. Leaders say the Cath Lab will close December 14th.